Hey, good morning, good morning. Welcome to this celebration of SacRT's 50th anniversary. And this is a very exciting time for SacRT because even as we are celebrating our history, we are also looking to the future and the next 50 years of helping people moving around in the capital region in a more climate-friendly way. Okay. It is also a moment of great satisfaction that we have been able to deliver on our past promises, always seeking new ways to innovate and keeping safety and customer experience our top priorities. They are exciting 50 years of success. And we could not be able to do any of this without the tremendous leadership of our inspirational board of directors and wonderful advocates, loyal riders, and great partners like all of you. A big thank you to Siemens Mobility for sponsoring our anniversary light rail train wrap, and also to GEDEC for sponsoring our bus wrap over there. So, speaking of anniversary wraps, our longest tenured employee, Joyce Watkins, who have worked at SacRT for 43 years as a bus operator, 43 years. And she drove our anniversary bus to the event today. Joyce, where are you? Okay, great, Joyce. And Joyce's dad, Andrew Adams, also drove buses in the 1960s. That is 50 years ago, when we were not SacRT, we were in some other name. And Joyce's son, Asphalt Hansen, works at SacRT now as a transportation supervisor. A great representation of SacRT family for 3 generations. Thank you for your many years of service. I know we have lots of distinguished guests here. Before I introduce them, let me first introduce the first speaker. He's a true champion of public transit, regularly providing us feedback when he rides our system. And he also may be one of the busiest leaders in this region, as he is not only the chair of SacRT, but currently the chair of SACAC, Air Quality District, SafeCar, and probably many others. Please welcome SacRT Chair and County Supervisor Patrick Kennedy.
Thank you, Henry. I'm tired after that. It's great. It's fantastic to be here today. 50 years is a tremendous achievement, and I'm looking out at the room and seeing the audience, and seeing so many of the people who are responsible for it, far more than I am. I mean, you got Roger Dickinson, you got Steve Cohn, you got Don Natoli. I mean, these are your giants in what is local transit. Few things to remember. 50 years ago today, the #1 song was, let's see. I can't see. Tie a yellow ribbon around the old oak tree. We all remember that song? #1 movie? Anybody? The Poseidon Adventure. Most importantly, In the NBA, the Kansas City Kings were 33-49. A little better this year, huh? We go to the playoffs for the first time in 16 years. It is truly a tremendous honor to be here and to serve on RT. Regional transit is more than just a network of buses, a network of trains. Regional transit is the lifeline for so many people to get where they need to go. If you're a student in Sacramento County, you can go to school on light rail on the bus for free. The first place in America to do that. Thank you, Jay Chenier. We talk about choice riders. People don't like the phrase choice riders, but whatever you call people who choose to leave their car in the garage, I will tell you, as I rode in here today, I'm seeing more and more and more people on light rail, on the buses. Why? Because it's safe, because it's clean, because it's convenient, and we're going to continue to make that the striving point to make this regional transit district the best in the country. We've gotten award after award, and there's a reason for that. It's our fantastic staff. It's the fantastic people who serve every day and make the light rail system and the bus network what it is today. So I want to thank you all for being here today. You're going to see great things coming out of regional transit in the next year, including our new low-ride trains. Thank you very much for being here today, Siemens. We appreciate your partnership and the fantastic product that you continue to roll out. So thank you all for being here today. Thank you for being supporters of our transit system. It's really the heart and soul of Sacramento. Another fun fact, I was 5 years old. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Our next speaker has been instrumental as SacRT has evolved over the last few years. She helped or championed the annexations of City of Elk Grove, City of Central High, and City of Folsom, the transit service into SacRT for much better integration in the capital region. And she also championed to bring our ADA paratransit service in-house after 30 years contracting out to help us to improve efficiency and a better customer experience. Our first Elk Grove paratransit rider was a wonderful lady. She started paratransit service in City of Elk Grove to the prison of City of Folsom. That's the first ride. But in the past, she had to transfer 3 times. So I'm so grateful and delighted to call her our new Assemblywoman. Please welcome Assemblywoman Stephanie Nguyen.
Thank you. I always start something and tell a story. So back when I was in high school, which was not too long ago, I always thought the cool kids were the ones that rode the bus. And you can always tell which ones were the cool kids and which ones rode the bus. And I'm dating myself here because they had the plastic red cards, right? And they always carried with them or had it with them or whatnot. And I always wanted to ride the bus, but my parents couldn't afford for us to be able to pay for the fees to be able to ride the bus to school and home. And so I would always walk. And I would always watch as the bus passed by and watched all the cool kids in the bus. And I want to thank Councilmember Jay Chenier because he's made that so I don't have to be part of not the cool kids anymore. Or no kids doesn't have to feel the same way I felt where I wasn't cool, because all kids now get to ride the bus. Right? And the other day I was telling my 13-year-old daughter that you're going to get to ride the bus. And she couldn't believe it. She's like, really? Do we have to pay? I said, no, because of Mr. Jay Chenier, you don't ever have to pay and you could ride the bus. So she's so excited to get her little card so she could show that she's a student so that she could ride the bus and get to wherever she wants to get to. Who would have thought that today, once upon a time, that teenage girl who couldn't afford to ride the bus and watched as all the cool kids got on the bus, is going to be here right now celebrating the 50th anniversary of RT, right? Who would have thought that? So it really is special for me to be here, because as somebody who always wanted to and couldn't afford it, this here is a moment where I was really honored and proud to be here. It's come a long way, right? From just bus to now expanding from what only was in the city of Sacramento now to Elk Grove, to Folsom, to also Citrus Heights, but more so than anything, Davis, and now the Causeway Connection. I've got competition here. But I want to say, more than anything, RT is now also transitioning all of their bus fleet into zero emission. Zero emission, starting that. And while Henry gave me credit for all of that, it wasn't just me that did everything. It was the entire board. It was all of our elected officials. But it was also my council colleague, Councilmember Darren Soon, who's also here right now, that helped make that possible. So thank you so much for everybody. Thank you so much, Henry, and your entire team for making it possible. And thank you for letting me be here today to speak on behalf of the State Assembly. I know my council colleague, or my Assembly colleague, Kevin McCarty isn't here today, but I'm gonna tell him that it was a better option for me so that I could tell my story about how I couldn't afford to pay for my bus passes and now be here. So thank you so much.
So I would now, thank you, Assemblywoman. I would now like to invite Sacramento Mayor Steinberg to the podium. And the mayor regularly checks in with us about SacRT with great vision, best initiative, and excellent guidance. And he cares deeply about our role in the community and the capital region. Please welcome Mayor Steinberg.
Thank you, Henry. I'm just so proud of you and grateful to you for the incredible spirit you have brought to this agency and to our community. Thank you, sir. Thank you. I am Darrell Steinberg, RT Board Chair 1996. That's me. I served as board chair for 2 years, and I remember it as a really important part of my public service. And I also note now as mayor that the #1 agency that the city council members want to sit on is the Regional Transit Board of Directors, because it's so central to community building. And that says a lot. Let me welcome as well my two colleagues who are here. Mayor Pro Tem Mai Vang, welcome to you, a champion of transit. And Council Member Katie Maple as well, representing District 5. I also, want to shout out City Council Member Steve Cohn, who served for a very brief time on the City Council, 24 years. 20, okay, well, we'll give you the extra 4. And of course, my friend and colleague as well, Councilmember Jay Chenier, has been mentioned several times for ensuring that every kid in Sacramento has free transit service every single day of the year. That's exactly what this work is about. So I just want to say 50 years is an incredible achievement. And there are so many reasons why regional transit is important. And obviously climate is at the top of the list. But I also think about all of the people in our community who need regional transit to get to and from their place of employment and their place of work. Accessibility, affordability is every bit as important as any other reason why RT is a vital part of our community. Think about 50 years from now what the world is going to look like. We are going to be carbon free. We are going, the way we work, the way we live is going to be very different. Hopefully artificial intelligence will not replace everything that we think and do. But I know that regional transit is not only going to evolve with the times, regional transit is going to lead how we evolve as a community with regard to our transportation future. So to all of you who have been such a big part of this, I also note Roger Dickinson and Don Natoli, who have been such an essential part of RT's history here. For all of those who have brought us to this point, 50 years of transportation accessibility, leading on climate, may the next 50 years bring even greater things to our community for climate, for employment, for accessibility, and for being the center of everything positive in our community. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you, Henry.
Thank you.
Thank you. On this way. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Henry. Congratulations to RT for leading the way, and 50 years being young is always wonderful. You're a young kid, and it's always good to be part of the Young Kids Club. But the main aspect we need to be always thinking about is the multimodal aspect. We got to provide the accessibility to all through all modes where you can actually get safely, and that's the important part. And RT is playing a great role, and Henry, you and your team are leading the way. And it's great to be partner with you on many of the applications, and look forward to many more successes in the future. With that, thank you all, and thank you for joining today.
I noticed former SacRT board chair and council member Stephen Hansen. Are you leaving? Okay, so because I'm going to introduce others after have sense. Okay, SacRT has enjoyed a wonderful partnership with Siemens Mobility since they set up the factory to build vehicles for our original starter line. Now, they employ over 2,500 best workforce in South Sacramento and have billions of dollars of projects in the pipeline. Please welcome President of Siemens Mobility, Michael Cahill.
Thank you, Henry. It's a great pleasure of mine to be here to help Sacramento RT celebrate their 50th birthday. So congratulations and happy birthday, Sacramento RT. So when we first delivered our first vehicles to Sacramento RT, it was in the late 1980s. And at that time, we were a traveling roadshow. We were traveling from one city to the next, delivering vehicles, but it became very obvious that at some point we needed to plant roots, and what better place to do it than in Sacramento. At that time we had 34 employees. Today, as Henry said, we have 2,500 employees here who proudly build light rail vehicles in our plant about 4 miles north of here. We're very proud to be members of the community and very proud to be partners with SacRT, a partnership we have enjoyed now for more than 40 years, and we look forward to it for many more years to come. Not just for the vehicle that you see here, one of the first ones delivered, still going. Yes. a testament to Sacramento RT for the operators, the maintainers, and the passion that they put into the business. But also we look forward to the next generation, as Henry said, the low-floor vehicles that will be coming online very shortly. So once again, thank you very much for allowing us to celebrate here, and we look forward to the next 50 years.
Thank you. Thank you. We actually have received 3 wonderful new vehicles, low floor, spacious, modern, and much better vehicles. Thank you, Siemens, Michael. So the next person I would like to call up was the SacRT board chair when I was hired. He, along with the entire board, gave me the opportunity to become a first-time CEO in 2016. And he coached me and raised me up to receive the best transit system in North America in 2021, and also I was honored he coached me to receive the best CEO of the year in 2019 in North America in the industry. And it was also his leadership and determination that culminated in our industry's best practice. The students' ride-free RT program, county-wide, any day and all year. When we start this, we were the first transit agency to do this, to make 265,000 students ride-free. I believe 4 years later, we are still the only transit agency doing this, except 2 transit agencies, very small ones. They are doing the free ride for anybody. They are doing experience. So please welcome Director Jay Chenier. And we call him the grandfather of the RT ride-free program.
Grandfather, not the father. That's hilarious.
I want to thank my good friend Daryl Steinberg. So, a couple things. First of all, thank you, Henry. You can leave now. Go ahead. If you want to know what retirement looks like, look at Cone or myself, because this is what it looks like. You know, there's really a wonderful story here that I think we need to tell and retell, because this is about how government works. When I first got on the board with RT, I actually went on the board because I wanted to do the thing for young people to make sure that they could ride for free. It took me 8 years to get there, because RT, frankly, was in such poor position when we started, and Mr. Hansen was one of the people who helped really turn this around, Phil Cerna, Patrick Kennedy, and others. We were really in a death spiral. We had no reserves at all. We were spending money that we didn't have, and nothing was working. The relationships were not working. The relationships with the union were not working. Nothing was happening. If I was to use a sports analogy, you would have gotten the award for comeback of the year and most improved player. We did something here in Sacramento in a joint effort between staff, the board, and the leadership led by Henry. And what I want to do is just really acknowledge that, ask everyone who works for RT or as a board member to raise your hand. Let's give them a big hand, including Henry. I was so proud on multiple occasions to be able to go to national convenings and say, I represent regional transit, because it really is something that has happened that has been great. And to go back for one piece of data on the young people, we are over 100% ridership from where we were pre-pandemic. No one else in the country can make that claim, and no one else in the country, I believe, can really make the claim of being a successful regional transit organization today where everyone else is failing. So thank you, Henry, for your leadership. It has been wonderful, and thank you all for being here today. This is the right thing. It shows what government can do, and it shows when we work together to a single cause, we can be successful. Thanks very much.
Raised to 34 or 31? 31 among the 50 largest urban areas. So that is very proud, for all of us, for this region. When we prepare for this event, we said we need to invite the longest served board members, one board member, to speak. Then we spent lots of effort to try to find who would that person would be. But then we found two. One is our former board chair and board member, assembly member Roger Dixon. Now another one is our board chair, board supervisor, county board supervisor, and RT board, Don attorney. We compared to both. We found out Don outweighed Roger by 2 years. So now I would like to call up the longest serving board member in SacRT history, Don attorney, who served in SacRT board for 28 years. Don has been leading us grow in past 3 decades as the system has expanded and the list of projects he implemented and the community members, especially community members he touched over the years is endless, endless. Don, please come to the podium to share your wisdom.
Thank you.
Well, thank you, Henry. I don't know about sharing the wisdom, and I would just say I'm not quite 28 years. I had 28 years on the Board of Supervisors, but 25 on the board of the RT Board of Directors. And Roger, would you like to join me up here? Come on, Roger, come on up here. And while Roger comes forward, I want to just say that I'm delighted to be able to come before you and certainly to join you on a day that we celebrate 50 years of service to this community. And again, was no better advocate on the Board of Supervisors during the years that he was serving alongside me than Roger Dickinson, and I know he's been a champion for certainly public transit, but for many initiatives in this community. I wanted to say too that as I reflect back on all the good work and the many good words said here today, which certainly I think ring very true as to the leadership and the determination of this district to be a strong partner. And I think about the relationships, and they've been alluded to here, certainly with the school districts, with the air district, with Caltrans, with the cities, with the libraries. It goes on and on and on. And I think the innovation and the dedication is so very, very critical to where RT is today, celebrating its 50th anniversary, but I think to the future, and it was alluded to by and stated by a number of the speakers prior to me. And it really is something to see and to think about how on a daily basis there are folks who make sure that the trains are clean, that they run on time, that the buses are prepared and ready to embark with its passengers, and all the various aspects of running a regional system. And its leadership certainly at the top, but those folks, the men and women who make sure that every aspect of this district's operations are attended to, and they do it efficiently and effectively. And I would just like to call them out one more time and applaud all the RT, past and present employees who've done service over the past 50 years in this community. And lastly, I would just like to say, and I'll let Roger say a few words if he'd like, is just that it really has been a highlight of my career in public service, and I'm only recently retired, and so I don't have to wear a tie every day, and I don't have to commute up 99 every day. But I do reflect upon the achievements of this district, and I know Patrick Kennedy said he was 5 years old when RT went into service. I was a senior in high school, but I think back over the years what this district has meant to this community and is how it's entwined in the daily fabric of what goes on each and every day. People going to work, people going to play, people going to worship, whatever it may be, how they get there, and they do it safely and efficiently, and with accessibility being a primary focus for people from all walks of life and of all ages. And so it really is a delight to celebrate. I commend Henry and the leadership of the district, my fellow board of directors, former board of directors, colleagues, and to all of you for being here, being a part of something that really is good. And it'll be really intriguing, I think, exciting to see what happens over the next 50 years. So congratulations, Henry, to you and RT staff. Roger?
Well, thank you, Don. And he never looks older, does he? Had I known you were going to beat me out by a couple of years for longevity on the RT board, I would have made sure you didn't get reappointed. 50 years is a real milestone. That goes without saying, and it causes one who has been around for a good part of that 50 years to reflect a little bit. And I thought this morning about the number of general managers that I served on the board with over the years. Some remarkable people Pilka Robinson and Mike Wiley and Tom Madoff and a number of others who had so much to do with bringing regional transit to the place it is today. And I certainly want to also join in applauding Henry and the work he's done along with the board in the last half decade to really become one of the premier transit systems in the country at a time when public transit is facing very challenging times, to say the least, all across the country. But it also is a time to reflect on where we were. And you know, I can't help but think this morning of when we were building the light rail system, the starter line in the 1980s. Those were times when not everybody loved public transit, to say the least, let alone the idea that we would bring rail transit to Sacramento, following on the heels of San Diego, and at the same time as San Jose and Portland. And I can remember, as I was lucky enough to stand at a podium on the day in 1987 when we began operations of the light rail system, and something remarkable happened. The controversy about bringing light rail to Sacramento, which had been so stark and had been resisted by many, including the Sacramento Bee, that didn't want tracks going by their building. The negative comments and the people who were detractors on the day the first light rail train began running in May 1987 seemed to disappear, and it went from "why are you building light rail" to "when is it coming to my neighborhood?" What a remarkable transformation. And here we are now with our transit system, including both the bus network and the rail system, as an integral part of mobility in our community and in our region. As an all-star, it is a fabulous, fabulous place to be 50 years after the creation of this district. And I want to join all those in applauding the employees of Regional Transit over the years, the leadership on the board, our partners, once upon a time Duvag and Siemens, who came to Sacramento and stayed and built a thriving national and international business here on rail. And I want to thank all of you who have taken the time to be here once again to affirm your support for us making sure that every member of our community can get where they want to go, where they need to go, when they need to go, and can afford to go there on a safe, clean, convenient, reliable transit system. Thanks very much. Thank you. Thank you.
And today, we also are very grateful of many great regional leaders and partners joining us. So this is the fun part. We have representatives from Congresswoman Betty Sue's office, VJ Chu, here. We have, because I have so many, maybe let me just finish it. And we have Congressman Barra's office, Mike Chicato here. We have U.S. Senator Padilla's office, Roberto Rizzo. Roberto, hey. And we have State Senator Ashby's office, Elijah? Yes, here. Okay. We also have State Senator Nino Aninda Bowman and Cosumnes River. And we have SacRT Deputy Executive Director Casey Nizam. And we have a smart chairwoman, famous chairwoman, Heidi Semble. When I read this, there's no order of everybody is important, okay? We just we have California Transportation Commission CTC, Monica Torres. Monica, yeah, okay. And we'll also have Cal STA Aveta Bali. Certainly we have our great partner, Sacramento Air Quality District, Abato Ayaya and Hamid Limon here. Okay. Power-in Alliance, Rachel Brown. Okay. Smart, Glenda Marsh and Mark Boji. Glenda is here? Someone is here? Okay, they hide somewhere. So, equals Susan Harris. Susan is here, hey. I already introduced several of our past board members. Our former board chair and board director Stephen Hansen. You're still here? Okay. Then we have another famous Stephen Cohen here. Yes. We have 9 team members from Siemens. I want to, in addition to his the president and vice president Robin. Certainly, we have our current Sacramento City Councilwoman Maya Van. Nice, here. And our board member Katie Maple. Katie. Here. And also our board member YK Chalamichara. And our board member Darren Su. And forgive me if I forget anybody's name here. And we have a couple minutes. If any of you would like to speak fair words, the podium is yours. I think Katie wants to speak, right? Katie. Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Lee, for this opportunity. My name is YK Chalmcherla. I'm the Vice Mayor of Folsom. I'm celebrating if you want to see it. Gold pen, gold race, and gold pen. Thank you again. I was just wondering, looking at the 50, I was probably started walking when the wheels were rolling on the iron. So that's a great thing. So I want to thank from the Folsom sincerely. We recently annexed into SacRT. We were so hesitant. Folsom with all those buses and we were so hesitant. But thank you for the SacRT leadership to bringing this. And also SacRT is giving us an opportunity to bring the light rail to every 15 minutes to Folsom. Again, a big thanks to the SacRT leadership. But more importantly, I want to thank employees like her serving for the 45 years. So, a big thanks to you. And it is, as Mr. Dickinson was saying, it is from the Folsom side, I want to sincerely extend appreciations to all the leaders who worked tirelessly for the last 50 years. Let's give them one more round. Big. Thank you.
Thank you. And we cannot thank enough for all employees who have worked for SacRT in the past 50 plus years. And we count our retirement list. there were over 3,000 employees, past and currently. And now we have over 1,500 present employees. They worked hard and smart and innovatively. Okay, like I said earlier, we have some excellent representations both at the state and the federal levels. Unfortunately, some of those individuals, especially in the federal level, they are in DC fighting for the best interest of this country and for this region. They cannot be with us today. But we do have representatives from the offices who brought some certificates of recognitions on this milestone anniversary. So I would like to call up them from Senator Padilla's office, Congresswoman's office, Congressman Barra's office, and the state senator and assembly member's office to come up and give us certificates of the recognition and take picture with board chair.